Yes, ma'am.
So even if it don't be people on here live right now, we still gonna talk because people gonna go back and watch it. But um, I feel like this is a serious topic that needs to be talked about.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna let you tell us the topic again. I know what we talking about, but I'm gonna let you talk about it real quick.
Okay, so basically the topic is, somebody coming to save you. Because usually when we think of that, we think of Jesus coming back, or whatever religion is, you think that super this super being is going to save you. And I just want to say that, I just learned through life, like, I saved myself from a lot of situations.
Exactly. This the thing, we have help. We got help. But if you don't want to help yourself, you ain't got no help. The help come from you helping yourself. That's what I think. God gives us energy to create. God gives us energy to live life, to do what we got to do, not to constantly give our energy begging God. God give us the energy to create so we can make this shit ourselves and not constantly beg God, Jesus, and things like that. I feel like God and all these things are real, but I don't believe a savior exists. I believe humans are basically the saviors. Like, you're saving yourself.
Yeah, definitely. And saving yourself can just look like, it can look different in whatever situation it is. Deciding not to cut somebody off because they not good for you. That could be saving yourself, from a future situation. Like, whatever it is different ways of saving yourself. But I feel like the way religion has presented it, like, oh, like, you can just do all this stuff. God is gonna forgive you, and then He's gonna come back down and save you.
A lot of people, it's the we've got to blame. No, I ain't gonna blame the Bible, but that's that is the whole trick. Is you thinking somebody's gonna make your situation better? It's the same thing with the government. People think the government will save them, but you got to be the savior, not the government. Not you got to. People got to stop seeking stuff outside of themselves. To
Yeah, definitely. And it's the dependence on everything else but yourself. Like, I know in my life personally, like, at a young age, I learned, like, you can't even depend on your family half the time. So it's like, you gotta have yourself. You gotta be right with yourself, because if you don't save the problem, who gonna save it? Because ain't nobody else gonna. I mean, you can't really depend on other people to, come in and save you from whatever situation it is. You just can't.
people don't give themselves enough. I want to say value. It's another word I'm looking for, but I'm gonna just use value. That's the best I can describe it right now. People don't have enough value in themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They don't really think that they can make a change. But you got to. You're the only person. If you don't have that faith, you'll just be waiting forever. Just like the majority of society, just waiting. Stimulus check, waiting on my taxes. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
tax season come, everybody happy. But 2 months
Yeah.
later, a month later, all of it's gone. You feel me? And we back to square one. We back to depending on. It's just we got to break these cycles, bro, and
Yeah.
become. And instead of and realize God gave us a piece. I'm gonna just say Him for the sake of this video for understanding. But
Hmm.
God put a piece of Him into us so we can live out our life's purpose. That's how I feel. You don't gotta
Definitely.
beg every day. You don't gotta be, you know what I'm saying? But give
Definitely.
gratitude and be grateful.
Definitely. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? I wrote on Facebook, I wrote this quote. I was like, if you don't save yourself, then you will be waiting on someone to save you that's not coming.
And that's the thing. And this is the thing with God too. And this is what people got to understand. We do have a connect. It is something out there, but it's not a savior. It's not gonna save you if you're not able to save yourself. Because this is all it's gonna give you the ideas, give you the motivation. You feel me? But you got to be disciplined to stick to that path to make the change. Because if you're not disciplined to make the change, it's never gonna work, man. Humans are here to fix problems for ourselves, not to just beg the government. Because you see that it's this country is falling because
Right,
we
and then
depend
you
on it.
waiting on other people times. Like you gotta wait on God's time for something to happen. You gotta wait on the government to do this. Well, you could just fix it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wait on a family member to do this and do that. No, you gotta do it.
This how this how people will be. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, I need me a new car. Hopefully my tax returns I get a lot this year. Hopefully my cousin let me claim her kids on my tax income." Instead of actually going, and that's just another dependence. Instead of motherfucker, okay, yeah, God will hopefully bless me with extra money on my tax income so I can get a new car. Instead of, let me figure out how I can make more money, how I can bring this car towards me, not be sitting here waiting on some tax returns that may not even be what you want.
Man, definitely. Because you don't even know if those tax returns are gonna is if even if it's gonna be enough for exactly what you was planning to spend it on. And I just feel like it's just crazy because there's people that are convinced like, oh my gosh, I'm just waiting on this to happen. I'm just waiting on this. Why it can't happen now? Like all you gotta do is take the steps to make it happen.
Exactly. People don't want to take this. People think, oh yeah, Jesus and God will open these doors for me. But if you're not constantly trying to, feel me, twist them doorknobs, you feel me?
Yeah.
How you gonna even get through the door? Motherfuckers talking about God gonna open the door. They not even looking for the door. They not trying to open the door, but God gonna open the door. And
No.
I'm not an atheist, but I understand God. If you don't prove to God or whatever you think is out there that created this, then you're gonna be in that low state, thinking, be a victim state.
Yeah. And it's just like you want to think like, oh, I can depend on this person, I can depend on that person, but then the second that person do something, you can't depend on them. Like, and I feel like also too, we have been like as humans, like we have been programmed like, oh, you can depend on your family, you can depend on your parents, like when that's not everybody's situation. So it's like you gotta really teach yourself to be independent to if ain't nobody else gonna do it, that you gonna get it done because you can't always depend on people to do stuff for you.
Even though I feel like that's how it should be, we live in America. We can't.
Yeah, yeah, it's
It's
like yeah, and I'm saying we should be able to depend on our family members. We should be able to depend on our parents, but majority people can't. You, I mean, most times people can't even trust their family. So it's just like you gotta have that mentality. If you not gonna get it done, if such and such not gonna get it done, I'm gonna get it done myself because this is for me, and you know what I'm saying. This is for my betterment. It's not nobody else's job or responsibility to make nothing else happen but me. And people need to start thinking like that.
only you can save you.
For real. And I've been saying this stuff for a minute. I've been saying this like I'm the only person that can save me. Like my family can't save me. God can't like I gotta save myself.
And I feel like once we realize that and put that in our mind, we got to save ourselves. And we actually keep going, even when it get hard. We keep going. The doors will open up. Our life will start to get better. Because it's like I see it with my life. Life is hard, but you gotta take a step back and see what you do have. Because a lot of people, we don't give ourselves credit for what we have did on our own and what we have created for ourselves.
Yeah, you snapping on that too. That is so true. And it's just like everybody giving their credit to all these outside sources and and God and all this and that, it kind of like limits the credit that you give to yourself. It's kind of like you belittling yourself in a sense.
And that's the thing. God did not. This what people got messed. This is one thing about the Bible. Like, God did not create Himself to be just spoke on every 20 minutes, every 20 seconds. Oh yeah, God did this. God helped me with this. God created this for us to experience. We do need to be grateful for life. Always show gratitude. Be grateful. But if you don't put in any of the work, God would. It's you doing it. It's not God. God created this and allowed you to live your life. So you need to be grateful for yourself that you made these sacrifices, you did these things, but also
Hmm.
be grateful that you are living in God's beautiful world. So
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I feel like that's why a lot of people are probably mad or they're fed up because it's like they feel like, oh, like I've been praying for this, but it haven't happened yet. And it's just like it might happen, it might not happen.
I feel like if you want something, you'll get it. If you really
Yeah.
want something, you'll you'll find out you will start making an effort towards something, and then you'll see different paths start to open up. Feel me?
Yeah.
Because I did it. I'm not gonna speak on nothing I ain't never did. So it's like you just
Mm.
got people got to put in efforts.
Yeah, definitely, for real. Because at the end of the day, it's like, no, you can't. But I feel like I don't know. I just been teaching myself that mentality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't depend on such and such to do it, I'ma do it. Like, I just been training my mind to think like that.
We should be dependent on ourselves. That's how we gotta be.
For real. And then it's like, even like you said, even in your life, like I seen in my life, like I had to depend on myself because you feel me on my circumstances. So it's like, who else was I dependent on? Like, I had to depend on myself emotionally. Like, I had to tell myself, like, this is not my fault and stuff like that. Like, you gotta tell yourself that, or you gonna go crazy.
And it is crazy how some people can be going through all these things and just put the blame on the devil. Just say it's the devil. They'll put the blame on everything, except for the real. They'll stay in situations and blame the devil, blame certain other circumstances for staying in fucked up mindsets instead
For
of
real.
switching your mindset and growing.
For real. And it all goes back to the you gotta save yourself because if especially like if you're an adult, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make stuff happen. You have to make stuff happen because if you don't, you're not gonna have nothing. So it's like there's no way you can have stuff if you don't make it happen for yourself. And if you're in a situation, if you're in an unhappy situation, whatever it is, a relationship, like you gotta walk away from that. Can't nobody make you walk away.
Hmm. Exactly. That's the thing. People waiting on. Oh, God to help him get better. God to help her get better. She'll change with God. And that's the thing. Instead of, oh, this is not healthy for me. This is messing me up. Whatever type of relation it is, this is not helping me. This is tearing me down. But I'm gonna pray to God and He'll help fix this person and do this. And then you're just continuing to get hurt because God is looking at you. You're asking me for help. You see all these red flags. This person is not a good person to be around, but you want to pray to me to help them. When I already showed you this is not a person you need to be around. But
But then
it's
on
a
top of that, if God already gave that person free will, it's like okay, you could pray for them, but you can't be mad if that person change or not, because technically that's their choice. They can change if they want to, but if they don't want to, they ain't gotta change.
exactly, exactly.
And that's why I
Mm.
feel like even with the prayer stuff, like I feel like that stuff is just like personally, I just view it as false hope and false promises because it's not like that. It's not like, oh God, help this person change this person. If that person want to change, they gonna change. If they don't want to, they just not gonna change, and that's just what it is. A prayer can't make somebody change.
People gotta change on their own timing.
Yeah, because they want to, not because, oh well, God said. It's really not
Mhm.
about that. And people make it about that, like, oh, well, God told me to change, so I changed. No, you changed because you wanted to.
You seen something different, but it's all about we just growing. That's the thing. We have consciousness for a reason. That's what people gotta understand. We blessed with this. It's a superpower. Like all these animals, we gotta think about it. The animals and all we were all made by the same God. But the animals, they are already born knowing what to do. We are born knowing what to do, but we have a consciousness. Like we have something where we can create. Like we can do way more. We have so much. And that's because we literally that consciousness is God. We have God inside of us. Consciousness is God. Like to be able to come up to be able to create things like we do. It's a whole bunch of
Definitely.
shit.
And it's like, I feel like people need to tap into it more. People need to use it more because they won't be deceived and they won't be fooled by a lot of the stuff that is just passed down information that people have just been told. It has helped me so much better just to know, like, a lot of the stuff people do don't even got nothing to do with you. That's just them.
Another thing, like from you saying that, it's just all old shit. It's people have quotes that they have heard. Like if we really think about it, a lot of times growing up, people would tell you quotes from the Bible. This is how oh you need to live like this. A lot of stuff just comes from old, outdated shit. We gotta switch it up, bro. We are in new times, bro. The energy is changing, bro. It's different for a reason. Shit is getting different.
Man, for real. And it's just like, I feel like a lot of people they just want to keep going with the same old stuff, but we're in different times, and it's just like a lot of that. Some of the stuff do apply, a lot of the stuff don't apply to today. So it's just like, you're like you said about the growing and the changing. You're not gonna grow, you're not gonna change. Basically, if you just keep yourself in the same situation.
Exactly. Mm.
Crazy, like people not open, and that's the whole thing about religion is like you're not open minded to even like thinking like, oh, maybe this is, something right, or maybe, this could be wrong, like they, like you're not questioning anything. And I feel like anybody that just believe everything somebody say and don't question it, like that's bad.
Bro, we can really all if we are ever been in a church, we can all vouch for this. Whatever the pastors say is right. That nigga can go up there say some crazy shit. No matter what the pastor say, everybody gonna always, yes, pastor. Who? People gonna always hit one of them. It doesn't matter what the pastor
That
say.
amen and all that.
Yeah, it's just, and that's not to talk down on Christianity, but it's like if y'all are taught to only believe everything that comes out of a human's mouth and to think that you are born in sin, you born not knowing, you feel what I'm saying? I it literally I just it does not make sense to me how people really only believe in that. If you're a Christian, how are you only a Christian? Like it really strips away from you. It really takes away. It really is not making you a better person. Like the actual teachings in the Bible, the person it creates is not a person I feel like anybody would want to be. If they really no, like if you want, okay, getting more close to God, that's cool, bro. But there's so much shit inside of there that is just it strips the power away from you. It you know what I'm saying? It
Yeah,
keeps you away from finding God, the God
yeah,
within, because you're always out looking outside.
definitely. I agree with that 100% because they say, oh, put God first. And that means you got to put this supernatural being before you. In everything you do, you got to put, you know what I'm saying, God first. How are you gonna do that and still be happy? So if God tell you no, you can't go out to the water park. Oh well, I gotta listen to God what God said, but I really wanted to go.
This is the thing. God has never said shit. That's one thing. God has never said nothing. God has not said one word at all. God God has has made men. That's all God has done. Made men able to express themselves. God did not write the Bible. God gave men ideas. They wrote what they wanted to write. God has never spoken one single word. And so people say they have talked to God. To be honest, I think people are crazy when they say that shit. I understand I have a higher consciousness, but I don't just it's you God can talk to you. That doesn't make it really doesn't it just doesn't something's not right about that. It's just because it doesn't align with my beliefs. I
Hmm.
believe we have a consciousness, and that is God. So technically God is talking to you, but that's just a piece of consciousness. And okay, people look at that like God, so consciousness is God. So I understand that could be God talking to you, but it's really yourself. It's something you're not going outside. It's not somebody outside talking to you. It's coming from within. So
And then, but my whole thing about it is too is people want to be like, oh, God, told me to be God called me to be a pastor, and it's just like I feel like that line is so ran through, is so, you know what I'm saying, overused. Like, so everybody that's a pastor, God told you to be a pastor, but yet you are abusing your access to the church and you out here doing all this stuff, but God told you to be a pastor. No, you just wanted to be a pastor. That's what it was.
yeah, and that's the thing. Some people, and this
Say that
thing.
then. Just say it.
Yeah, some people are real. Like it's some pastors that's really real. You feel me? They Christians, but shit, they real, and it's some that's fucked up. Just like the same shit with the popes and all this shit. It's like I feel like God pushed not to be a preacher, but we preaching. We just doing it in a
Yeah.
different way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And some people we got we got false prophets and we got real ones. And it's a lot of false ones too. It's more false than real.
Mm.
The people that's really a lot of people that's trying to teach this shit, most of them false. It's very few real ones that's actually making a real change.
Mm.
All them people
Yeah.
fucked. I think everybody is. It's just it's fucked up people everywhere. That's the
Yeah.
thing. That's
I think
why
I think that too. I think it too. I just think the way that, like, with the whole religions they be presented and stuff like this, like, oh, it's this good grand thing, and we're all clean, and we don't do this and we don't do that. Like, it'd be like the
the
standard, like when
facade.
you, yeah, like it's the facade, it's the standard. Like, oh, Christianity is held to this high standard, but yet you have people that are claiming, oh, I'm a Christian, but you're out here harming people. You're out here, you know what I'm saying, abusing your access to the church. You out here just doing all this foul, grimy stuff. So it's like, how can you not separate God from the person when it's like this person is claiming that, you feel me, that they of this religion that's supposed to be part of God.
That's the, and that's the thing. That's why it's like people people they say one sin is not bigger than the other one, but it's really it's not like that. I feel like you can get away with way more shit because they say God is forgiving all this shit, but I just think a lot of shit is corrupt. That's the thing. It's just America. A lot of shit people have to understand. This shit was built on corruption, and when people
Yeah.
understand that, they'll realize everything is fucked up.
Yeah,
Everything.
everything is corrupt. The system is corrupt. A lot of people's families are corrupt. They got corrupt family members. Like, everything in this world is corrupt. Like, and I be saying that all the time. Like, this world just feels fake. There's not that much genuine stuff, genuine people in this world. It just feels so fake. And you know what I'm saying? It's just, a lot of messed up stuff going on. And people are just being programmed and just believing everything that is being told to them.
Look, this is okay. So I'm gonna break it down like this. A lot of people, when I first walked into the no, 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 not when I first walked into it. 2020, 2020. This is what was popular. 5D. People ascending to the 5D, saying it's gonna be a new Earth, this and that. I'm gonna
Mm,
break this shit down. I feel like it is truth to that. I feel like it is, but I feel like a lot of people, a lot of spiritual people, they are tricking their mind. You not going nowhere. You not leaving this bitch. You can advance and do all this shit. And they be thinking like we switching from different dimensions, bro. But we are humans. As long as you're alive and you're not dead, as long as you in this physical body, you can feel shit. You're not going to a new earth. None of this shit. The frequency might change that you're on, but I feel like the reason the world is all messed up, and then it's some people like us, and it's a lot of people that want different. We fuck how I'm fuck. Um, what was I talking about at the beginning? What was I trying to?
walking into the conscious community and the 5D and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like we gotta we are leading the way for the change. Like we gotta. They say they thinking we gonna go to a different place and leave all these people behind. I don't believe that. I think we're gonna be here, but the people that think like us, we are showing the new way because the system of the man is falling. And
Mhm.
I feel like once this shit continues to fall, I feel like people just gotta be prepared because this shit is gonna happen soon.
Yeah.
I don't like to even talk about it 'cause I don't talk about it that much. But this is what I think it is. The 5D, the real shit. A lot of people are growing, and the people who are picking up on this energy is to make this planet back to what it need to be. You know what I'm saying? We're not leaving and going to a different planet. We're not leaving our bodies to live on a different planet. We are still human as fuck, but we are growing and elevating consciously to create this new earth basically. We're still gonna be here, but I just think a
Mhm.
lot of this shit falling. A lot of this shit gotta fall for us to for the planet to act. They are destroyed. The planet is being destroyed. So for the shit gotta fuck up for us to. I don't think the world is ending. I don't think the
Mhm.
world is ending. I think the system is just ending. Like
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not
that too.
scared.
I
I'm
mean,
not
even
scared.
if even if the world did end, it's like okay, whatever, whatever. But it's just like to me, it's like yeah, I think you are right. I think it is a new system, that's coming in place. I think a lot of people, there are people out there that are questioning a lot of the stuff, especially when it comes to the government and their, care about us and all this and that. I think everybody's just questioning a lot of stuff, and a lot of things are being brought to the light when it comes to the celebrities and stuff like that. A lot of them are, having downfalls and stuff like that. So, I mean, hopefully, people can just continue to get called out on their BS, and people like us can be more put at the forefront.
And look, this is what Billy Carson be talking about, like with the 5D shit. Like they, I believe in all these extraterrestrials and shit. And I believe that we do because I have experienced certain things and I believe we do get guidance from extraterrestrials. But
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't think no motherfuckers is landing on this planet. I don't think we finna like physically for the masses to see. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
I think this planet is being destroyed and people are like he says like the Anunnaki are coming and guiding people doing this and that. I believe that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But nigga, you're not gonna just be walking outside seeing aliens, nigga. If you have not seen If you have not been communicated to by them already, I don't think you can still get communicated to them by, but you're not people. I don't see how people like just be running with this alien shit and you never seen one.
Yeah, like, oh, I seen a UFO and all
Yeah.
this and that. I
No,
seen an
that's
alien
not.
in my backyard.
You're not gonna see no. I don't think you're gonna just be driving and see no UFO. You might do that shit, bro. But a lot of people not gonna see that. It's certain people that you feel me. I feel like that's what it's been from the beginning of time. They say all ancient civilizations, most of ancient civilizations show extraterrestrial influence. So I feel like it's the same shit happening now. I don't think aliens are just gonna be walking the fucking planet. I don't believe none of that shit. But I feel like it's a new civilization that needs to be created. It's gonna be certain people. I feel like the system's gonna fall. Anybody that's with the system, they gonna fall right along with it. I've been kicked the system out the fucking door. I ain't falling. Feel me? I ain't studying that shit, man.
Mm. I mean, yeah, I mean, with everybody being upset with the government and just the things that they have done and all that is just, I feel like the system is bound to fall because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like eventually, people are already getting to the, like, there's people out there that don't vote, but I feel like eventually it might get to the point where majority people don't vote. You know what I'm saying? Because they see the tricks in the games.
Let me tell you something. When Trump became president the first time, I didn't know as soon as it happened. But 2019, I started to realize when Trump was in office, nigga, the world is it how we know it. This shit is falling. Once they let a businessman, an actor like Trump, get into office, I knew it was over. It was over with. I knew something. This shit, and that's why I actually, if you, because I don't see how people can't see it, nigga. It is Donald Trump as the president. I understand it hasn't always. It's always been army leaders. It's been people in politics. Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. It's like, and I understand that's what this shit needs. But the fact, all the shit that Trump was saying, that shit was showing this shit is over and done with. I don't know how long, but I feel like people that's talking like this, we are like this, and we're building a community. They say they're gonna take TikTok, but we building a community, and I feel like when this shit go down, hey, I ain't saving people. If your ass is not on that list, shit.
No, I don't blame you because it's just like I've been like this for a minute and just the way like this the stuff we're talking about it and the way we're talking about it is just is very logical. So people that like just got this closed off mind from like anything but what they believe, they're not ever going to understand, they're not ever going to, it's not going to ever register to them because they just feel like, oh well, this is what I've been told, and this is not a lie, so this is, I'm gonna keep going with this.
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm having a whole bunch of like epiphanies and shit right now. Like, nah, this shit, cause that's what everyone is talking about. The world ending, the government falling, this shit is over with. But and I believe it's over with. It's just it's crazy. It's crazy when you get to thinking about it. When you get to thinking about what the fuck really be going on. Cause
Man, for real though.
if this shit do fall, no, for real though. Say if this shit do just fuck up 2025, and sometimes shit does fuck up. What do black people really have? Like, who is gonna? It's not. It's gonna be certain groups that we don't know about that may survive and thrive, but most niggas don't know where to go. Okay, if this shit fuck around, who growing food? Who got food? Who got water? Who got a pond on there?
They're gonna
Feel
be
me?
looking to the government. They're gonna be
Yep.
looking to the government.
You know what I'm saying? We gotta
Where our
start
help at?
we gotta start saving ourselves. We gotta start making radios, not regular radio stations, but radio stations that we can use if when shit falls. We really gotta be on that. We gotta be. Okay,
Yeah.
then what we gonna do? We got this gas. Somebody got gas here. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of shit we gotta do. And I ain't saving nobody. It's like everybody gotta bring a piece. I gotta get on it though. I gotta get on it my damn self.
Yeah, for
We
sure.
don't know
I
how much
mean,
time we got.
yeah, but just like you already got a plan. You already thinking like you already kind of know where you gonna go with the shit. So it's like you gonna be straight. But it's just like I'm sorry if you not thinking how I'm thinking. I can't hang with you because a lot of this stuff is distractions, man. And I'm not finna be looking dumb, when the stuff does hit the fan. Because it's just that's really it's when it does. Like it's gonna hit the fan, but it's just
Nigga.
about when is it gonna hit the fan? Like.
And this shit crazy. It's like we have been getting warned, like COVID. You cannot leave the fucking house. This shit, what the hell? You can't leave the house. We have no. If you didn't have food, bro, we ain't had toilet paper. Millions of people dying. Like, this is the craziest shit, and we just forget this happened. Like, COVID was one of the craziest things we have. Like, COVID was one of the craziest things we experienced. And then if this hurricane, bro, we have never experienced shit like this here. It's like I don't think America. It's just so much fucked up shit going on. I don't think this shit can keep going much longer, bro.
Yeah,
I like.
I don't think so neither.
It's like at the beginning, slavery built off slavery. They fought to get that shit abolished. Okay, now the slavery is mental. Motherfuckers is fighting against it. The- Uh, this year was the most people have been unemployed. Like, and I don't know. 2025 is probably gonna get worse. Probably gonna get worse.
Mm, yeah, definitely. I mean, and then even if you just like you're not employed, like some people they not getting as much hours at their job, so they got to try to find another job. You feel me to even pay the bills. So it's just like, uh, I just feel like the less and less people need to stop depending on the government.
Motherfucker need to figure some shit out. I be trying to, and this the thing, bro. I try to tell my mama, bro. Look, like, cause my mama, she trying to build her business, trying to do all this, and I support all of that shit to the fullest. But I'm
Right.
like, you cannot pour everything into that shit. Like, we trying to pour, people are trying to pour a lot into a broken system. It's like
Yeah.
you fuck around, you might fuck around and actually break through the wall and get rich. But by the time you get rich, America is crumbled. Like, this shit is already broken up, bro. But by the time your ass get some real money, it ain't gonna be nothing for you to do with it. Money ain't gonna be equal to nothing.
Yeah.
And it's like minimum wage staying the same, and prices of everything is fucking going up. It's like this shit gonna be a crazy crash. This shit gonna be worse than 2008. This shit
Bruh,
gonna be worse.
and the thing about it is too is just like I get people want to be entrepreneurs and stuff and have their own business. I think that's dope, but you got to think about it too. The government they not gonna let you get rich off that business. They don't want nobody getting rich. They want you to either be poor or in the middle class, so you could stay dependent on the government in some type of way.
Yeah, and this the thing. It ain't even that the government won't let you get rich. People's mind won't let them get rich. The government will let your ass make some money, but you're gonna pay taxes. Okay, I made 1 million this year. I had to pay 250,000 in taxes. Now I got 750. Hmm. Now that I got this money, now I gotta show that I got this money. Now I gotta get a big ass house in a gated community. Now I'm at $250,000. Oh, I gotta get it 2 cars. Now I'm at $100,000. Like, it be people. It be people, they get some money and don't put it into the right shit. If you get some money, put it into unrestricted land and grow some fucking food on that bitch, nigga, you are set for your life. It's like, but people don't see like that. People are trying to keep going, when that's an endless cycle. You
Yeah,
can say it's the government, but it is the government to a certain extent, but it's the people that keep falling for the shit, that keep doing the same stupid shit over and over. And I try to
yeah,
tell, I try to tell my mom like you got to make sacrifices because the times we are in right now, money does not go as far. So, nigga, I'm in a big ass house by myself. We all and it bitch don't cost that much. We all like you see, we got to come together and build some shit. We're never gonna get nowhere if we just separate and trying to do everything by ourselves. Shit ain't never gonna go nowhere. We got to make community. That's all I'm focused on.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely am for community, but like you said on the last one, if it's the right community. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people need to get their mental health together. A lot of people need to get themselves, their mind right, and all that. A lot of people mentally is just messed up, and either a lot of them just choose to be stuck in that, or some people go get the help. But majority of people just choose to stay that way, and it's
They,
you can't.
they get comfortable. I don't see how people get comfortable because that shit is hell. Getting comfortable in a situation that's not good for you. But before I forget, this is some shit we start. It's called CWP. Community, wealth, power. Community, wealth, and power. CWP. We got it. Community, wealth, and power.
But
I'm gonna get that shit tatted on my face.
bro, you should get that LLC for that.
I'm gonna get that shit trademarked. Then I can't get it trademarked because it's that concealed weapons permit. So, but
Hmm.
community, wealth, and power. I gotta remember that shit. Community, wealth, and power. Cause that's what we need. That's all black people need. Community. Okay, we not falling for shit. We got a hundred families on this set of on this piece of land. Wealth.
Hmm.
We create our own, we got our own gas station, got our own hospital, got our own library, got our own schools, feel me? We got what we need. That's the wealth part. And then the power come with the wealth and the community. Once we have all of that, we don't need nothing. The power, we gonna have the ammunition too. So it's like we can't fall. We can't fall unless they blow that bitch to the ground. Hey, and
Man.
that's what they gonna have to do if that's what they want to do. But I'm telling you, I'm going out. I'm going out with a bang if I gotta go out that way. I gotta make on God. I'm making a change though. It's like fuck. Am I gonna be a nigga that just talk like this and just talk good than a bitch? Shit, lame. I gotta make a change.
I feel like we all do, and it's like I'm glad that we even are able to come together on this podcast and spread this message to the people, because it's like, yes, people are hearing it, but you know what I'm saying, this message needs to be pushed, because um when those times come, like I want people to be ready. I don't want them to be looking around like, oh, you feel me, where Jesus at? Like, what did you do to prepare for this? What did you do to prepare? Because if all you did is just sat there and prayed, you know what I'm saying, but you didn't actually get what you needed to be prepared, don't be feeling no type of way.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm turned up. I'm I'm
For
turned up,
real
nigga.
though, like this litty, this shit lit,
Not
and it's
cause
like,
what? Go ahead.
I was like, it's like, I feel like it's just a beautiful thing to be able to spread this message.
And it ain't. It's that. But what's really beautiful? This is what I be on. Like we talk about the problems, we address the problems, but you you can't just talk about problems. We got to talk about solutions, and that's what
Yeah.
we do. And that's the thing. We bring the solution. Once you bring the problem, create a solution. Okay, let's create a good fucking plan to this shit, and then keep building on top of the plan. That's all we got to do. I'm telling you, hey, what I'm gonna bring. I'm gonna bring the farming. I ain't perfect at mechanics, but shit, we will do something. Farming, mechanics, and I got the guns. That's it. I'm telling you. Whoever and we got whoever bringing more. We got to find. We got to just see who gonna bring what. Like we need women to not necessarily go to nursing school, but train up on how to be nurses. Like we need this shit. We got to create this shit. I'm gonna do this shit though. Give me about 20 years. Watch how this shit be.
Yeah, that would be dope if like black people could come together and we just had black communities and like neighbors, to depend on, like, oh, something happened or whatever, you can lean on them or just whatever it is. And it's just like, I understand like why people want to do stuff themselves, because it's like, we do have a lot of messed up people out here, and just have this some messed up stuff, but we need to try to do stuff too to also help those people that are messed up like become good people, because it's like you don't have to stay that way. You know what I'm saying? You can be better.
This how we helping them. We can't, cause if we try to, if we try to put our hands on them, they might hurt us. We got to help them from a distance. Like
Yeah.
they hurting themselves. Why wouldn't they hurt us? That's how I be looking at that shit. Like this is how I help people. If you need help, I gotta help like this. If you like motherfuckers to get in my circle, you really gotta be helping yourself already. Like my circle's so fucking tight right now. Like I'm not giving nobody no type of time and for real. Like my circle tight than the motherfucker. I got a dot. I don't got no circle. I got a dot. I swear for God.
Yeah.
I got a triangle. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I want to see people do better. I want the best for everybody, like in life, just period. But I want people to start really thinking about all this stuff that we talking about. I want everybody to start, questioning things and stop just believing everything that's being told. Like, I just want everybody to do better. Because I feel like once a lot of people realize that stuff, a lot of people will be mentally okay, better.
That's what people fucking need. We really we need faith in ourselves, and to have, if we have faith in ourselves, then if we can trust ourselves, we can start to trust other people. You know what I'm saying? If we can
Yeah.
trust ourselves, because a lot of people just don't know who they are. They will go fuck with somebody that has nothing good for them. I'm talking about in friends, any type of way. They'll go fuck with somebody that has nothing good for them because they don't know themselves. If you know yourself, you will realize people who know them. You will see other people who know themselves. You know what I'm saying? You won't keep running to the same motherfuckers, bro. You run to the same. You get put in situations because you're staying the same, bro. Instead of growing, if you start growing, you gonna run into better people.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to ever elevate, you can't just continue to be around the same old people that's really they doing something, but at the same time they comfortable, so they ain't trying to elevate even more. So it's just like I feel like people need to start giving themselves praise when they are doing good and thinking themselves higher than they think they are, because if you putting anybody before you or any entity, you belittling yourself to me.
Being able to be comfortable in a fucked up situation is hell. That's hell. If you able to be comfortable in a situation that is not helping you for real, you are living in hell. And motherfucker, it is so many people living in hell.
And they don't even realize it. That's the crazy part. They think hell is when they pass, but they really, they living in it right now.
No, this the thing. I feel like they realize it, but they just don't really care. They have nothing. They haven't really felt nothing else. That's the thing.
Mm.
They haven't experienced enough. They haven't learned their self enough. That's what I think. Like, cause you feel how you know how you feel. This what motherfuckers know they in fucked up situations, but they got different ways to vent. They got drinking, they got smoking, they got all types of shit. They do.
They got God.
Oh God, fix them right up every time. Knock them
It's,
right back out. Put them back to sleep.
yeah, I mean, I just hope that people really wake up, because if you don't, I do. And a little bit, just a little bit, feel sorry for you when everything,
I ain't gonna lie. Please, if you do not want to wake up, stay your ass asleep. We don't need no fakers trying to make it through. I don't think none of the fake motherfuckers gonna make it anyway.
they
I ain't gonna
ain't,
lie.
cause they ain't gonna be able to handle it. That's the part.
Yeah, they not. Them folks gonna crash out.
And it's like it's not even funny because it's like it is funny, but it's not funny because it's just like for real, like on some real stuff. Like they thought they mental was bad. Now they mental really gonna be messed up. Then
People, I ain't gonna lie. I'm locked in. I'm locked in, bro. I needed this live because it's so much stuff that we got to do. I'm finna start working towards this plan. I got to like imagine 20 years from now. I think about this conversation. I'm like, nigga, you ain't even do shit. Listen, if in 20 years from now, bro, if I have children and I ain't did what I said I'm gonna do, my children, please do it to me. Do it to me. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to. I if hell no. I gotta make a change, bro. What's the point of living if you're not really adding to the world?
yeah, that's
I'm not
true
gonna just
too.
talk this shit. I gotta actually build something. I gotta build something. YouTube can be fucking going in 20 years. Then this shit is all down the drain if I ain't do shit else.
Yes, that is true, and it's just like I be thinking about like all this stuff we be talking about on the live. Like I practice it for the most part. It's like because I already think like this, so it's just like in my real life I practice it every day. So it's just like people just gotta be open to wanting to learn and stuff like that. But if you stuck in the same old, oh, this is how stuff be and this is how it's always gonna be, then you not gonna want to learn nothing new.
I ain't gonna lie, like acceptance and comfortability are two different things. Okay, somebody that accepts you working this 9 to 5 for these 2 years to do what you got to do. You accept that you got to work. You're not a 9 to 5 worker, but you accept you got to work this 9 to 5 for 2 years, instead
Yeah,
of and to get you somewhere. But some other people will be like, oh yeah, I'm comfortable working this 9 to 5. I pay my bills and shit. Then you're gonna be the same. I feel like if you are staying the same, you are dying. Like if you're not constantly changing, growing, learning new things, that's living. That's living. When you're constantly expressing and finding out new parts about yourself. A lot of people don't know nothing about themselves because they do the same exact bullshit every day.
yeah, that's true.
I don't think there has ever been a day of my life where I did not learn something. I think I learned something every day. It might not be necessarily new. It
Mhm.
might but it might not be a whole new topic, but I'm learning something about myself, just something deeper. It's always something to learn. And if people not doing that, that's what we got to see. Who is learning every day? Who is actually trying to be better?
Definitely, for sure. Because um, I don't know. I just feel like since I've been on this spiritual journey, since I've been open to learning, like I just been learning so much stuff. I learned from not only my mistakes but other people's mistakes
Hmm.
for me. But
Yeah.
what's what the last thing I know? The last thing I want to say is if you don't save yourself, then you will be waiting on someone to save you that's not coming. Um, and I really stand behind that.
Hey, that what I'm saying. Hey, yeah. If you praying, I was trying to use something as an example, but if you know your car need an oil change, and you not you can put in an extra 2 hours or something to get your oil change, whatever you got to do. If you just praying, oh, I hope this motherfucker don't blow up. I hope this motherfucker don't fuck up. Motherfucker, that motherfucker's bound to fuck up. But if you put in the work, go make them extra couple dollars, get your oil changed. Now you done saved yourself from a headache by just praying and hoping this shit don't fuck up. Feel me? You gotta save yourself. Hopefully that was a good example. But
But yeah, but I think thank you for joining this live. You know, I want to try to go live tomorrow if we can. I'm gonna try to text you about some more topics and everything. But thank you for joining. I appreciate everything you bring to this podcast. And thank you for everybody that was watching and stuff like that. We just trying to spread a positive word.
I appreciate you I appreciate you having me on. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and then thank you for everybody joining.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Bye.